What's up guys, my name is Tim and welcome back to The Decent Garage. In today's video we have to do a few things. First, we need to rearrange some of the trucks so we can get Long Bed Larry ready to work on the bodywork. Second, the steering gearbox on the OG crew cab has started spewing fluid, so we're going to replace that. I'm going to tell you which box I got and show you how to replace it. And third, I'm going to show you guys what we're going to start with on Long Bed Larry as far as bodywork goes. We're going to hit that hard and try and get all the bodywork done and get it ready for paint ASAP. Also, in this video, I'm going to announce a new series of videos that I'm going to be doing that you guys are going to love. It's going to be helpful for you guys and for myself. So stay tuned, I'll announce that later in the video. If you saw last video, you know we finished Lieutenant Dan. Make sure to go check out that video. But since that video, I've added the Army decals onto the hood and they turned out sweet. Take a look at how awesome these look. They've got the military font and they look just like the military would have done it with just some plain old stencils, a little bit of overspray. I think it looks perfect. So with that, let me show you what we need to do to shuffle some of the trucks around. What I want to do is move Long Bed Larry to this spot right here so I can have access to it, do the bodywork on it. I'm going to move Prospector Bob where Long Bed Larry's at. I'm going to park the OG crew cab where Prospector Bob is at. I need to get the roll cage out for the Jeep. And I think that's all. I'm trying to sell this motorcycle here, but it's kind of a mess. I need to get some stuff cleaned up, so that's what we're gonna do real quick. This is a pretty nerve-wracking operation. All I can think about is Matt yelling at me to not run over the rope. So I'm shaking, but we're getting it done. Alright, we've got everything swapped around. That was pretty fun. We'll get back to Long Bed Larry near the end of the video, but first we need to change the steering gearbox in the OG crew cab. My steering gearbox has started leaking horribly to the point where I haven't even driven my truck in over a week. So here's what we're going to do. We got to replace the steering gearbox. Now a lot of people ask, how should you do that? Should you rebuild it? Should you buy a new one? Should you buy a blue top or a red head? What do you need to do? So here's what I'm going to do. Tyler Ovens just put out a video on how to rebuild the stock gearbox. It's pretty manageable to do, but it requires a lot of time and patience. He said it could take up to a full day of work without filming, and for me, I'm gonna film it. So, I didn't want to spend that much time rebuilding one. Redhead and Blue Top, I've heard good things about both of them, but I've also heard of people that haven't had great experiences and have had issues with warranties. So here's what I decided to do. I went to O'Reilly and they had a remanufactured box for 150 bucks with a lifetime warranty. So I picked it up, it had a $60 core charge, so I'll turn mine in for a core, so 150 bucks, lifetime warranty. If anything happens to it, you swap it out for another remanufactured one. So I'm gonna try going this route. Maybe I'll regret it and wish I would have got like a redhead or a blue top. I've heard of a lot of people on the forums going this route and really liking that they chose this route because anytime they have issues, they can just swap it back out. Alright, we've got the steering shaft off, we got the lines taken off, we've got this taken off the pitman arm. The only thing left we have to do is take the 4 bolts that hook the bracket to the frame, we can pull it out and swap in our new box onto the bracket, put it in the frame, and put everything back together. When you do this job, you need to take the time to inspect 2 things that have the tendency to crack on these trucks. So one is the frame rail right behind where the steering box goes. Sometimes it can crack there because there's a lot of stress. The other thing is this plate. So this mounts to the frame rail, the box mounts to it. This can crack as well. So you want to inspect this and the frame rail for cracks and make sure you're good to go. I don't know why, but I always end up working on the ground. For some reason, I build the workbenches, but I'm always ending up on the ground. Lily's getting her hair done and she still comes out to help me. Alright, let's take this for a drive and see how the new steering gearbox is. So just standing still, yeah, it's super easy. I could do it with one finger pretty much. Alright. no slop in the steering wheel at all. There used to be just a little bit, nothing to complain about, but it's completely gone now. Yeah, it feels really tight, really good. So, we're gonna call that a success. So let's head back to the house and I'll show you where we're at with Long Bit Larry, because we're gonna be attacking him in the next couple videos. So the body work shouldn't be too hard. We have tons of sanding to do, but I'm not gonna show you all the sanding. Let me show you where we're gonna start with this. First of all, you'll notice this door is missing. I've taken it off. I've actually started working on it already. This door has a lot of work that needs to be done to it. I'm working with Robbie Layton on this door. That's gonna be a full video. So I'll show you guys that when we get to that video. But here's the part we're gonna get to first. The cab floor has this patch in here that is just, it's honestly not a terrible patch, but it was welded in really, really bad. You can actually see through some of the welds down to the ground. So we're gonna be cutting this out, putting in a new patch, trying to make that look a little bit better. I'm gonna get the whole thing cleaned out so we can get the cab sanded down inside the cab, get it ready to go. And that's gonna be where we're gonna start with it, is that patch on the floor. There's not a ton of body work on this truck, but there is some. We're gonna slowly knock this truck out, do little by little, try and get this thing done in the next couple months, painted, put our built engine in it, have it running and driving. All right, it's time for the announcement of the new series I wanna start. I get asked all the time questions about people's trucks, helping diagnose stuff, helping fix stuff, giving my ideas. It's to the point where I just don't have time to answer everyone's questions. But I think I've come up with a really good compromise that will not only help you with your problem, but help everyone else in the automotive community to learn from your problem as well. So the new series is going to be called Ask Decent Garage. This is a series in which you can ask me a question. I'll be doing videos with multiple people's questions in it, answering those questions, helping you figure out some of those issues. I am going to be very particular about how you ask that question and what information I need. So I have all the details in the description of this video. Please check those out. I will only be answering questions of people who follow all the instructions in the description of the video. We'll see how this series goes. I think it'll be a hit. I plan on actually doing a second weekly upload, maybe midweek, with this type of video. I also plan to make this pretty interactive. If you ever grew up listening to Click and Clack on Car Talk Radio on NPR every Sunday morning, I want this to be modeled after their show. I loved listening to Click and Clack when I was growing up, and I want to do something similar to that. So make sure to follow the directions in the description below, and we'll see how this series goes. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That steering gearbox on the OG Crew Cab is awesome. I'll keep you guys updated on how it holds up. I don't think I'll have a problem, but again, I will update you. So we'll see you guys in the next video.